week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. Baseball and softball playoffs are in full swing, and we have the highlights from many exciting matchups. You'll see Whitney battle St. Mary's, Central Catholic meet Christian Brothers, and Houston face Southern.
Softball features the title game in Division 5 and first-round Division 1 battle with Sheldon and Grigori, plus the story of the pitcher from Sheldon and how she is recovering after a life-threatening car accident. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. The semifinal rounds of the Sac-Joaquin section playoffs has baseball teams battling in a three-game series. We start tonight in Sacramento, where Rio Americano and Pittman square off as the 4 and 1 seed.
Top-seeded Pittman taking game 1 of the series after a dominant pitching performance from Drew Walker, throwing 6 innings and striking out 8. Rio looking to even up the series in game 2, while Pittman tries to clinch. The game played on Wednesday.
It's a do-or-die Game 2 for Rio Americano as Pittman took Game 1 Monday. Brian Mueller here at Rio on Wednesday. And the Raiders came to play. Caden Beloyan gets to this grounder and the Derek Jeter jump throw to first for the out. Tremendous play by the senior. Then Chase Christensen ends the inning with a K. The Pride have a good one in Andrew Ballantyne on the mound. He matches Christensen with a 0 in the bottom half of the frame. We'll go to bottom 3. Rio with a 1-0 lead now. Brady Wilson pops this to right, deep enough to score Sam Marr, and it's 2-0 Raiders. The Pride trying to answer in the 4th. This ball hit deep to right center. 2/3 of Sacramento is covered by the American River. The other third is Kyle Wirtz, a tremendous catch to take away extra bases. Not to be outdone, top 6, Max Martinez with a sliding basket catch in right, and the outfield robberies continue. Pittman down to their final 2 outs. Aiden Sanchez with a clutch hit, and he represents the tying run. That would do it for Christensen, who pitched an outstanding game, 6 1/3 scoreless. Aiden Liu comes on and gets the second out, but Marcus Perez keeps the game going with a hit. Sanchez holds at third, and the Pride have the bases loaded. Next batter, it's a Bill Buckner grounder, but Reese Christensen is unfazed and calmly gets the final out at first. Rio Americano blanks Pittman 2-0 and forces a Game 3.
D3 semis. It's Ponderosa looking to close out the series on Wednesday, but Pioneers' Carson Timothy is going to make that a tough job to do as the Santa Barbara commit doubles in the gap. Carson, he's having some fun out there. And then Luke Ferreira hits a chopper to short, but a tough play here as the ball takes a crazy hop. There's some confusion and Timothy should go. He does. Coach Marquez is like, oh boy. But Carson's like, don't trip. Potato chip sliding in for the first round of the game. Pioneer looking to add to that lead, but an up-the-middle twin killer as Alex Reel is right there for Pondo. Steps on the bag and the throw to first for the double play. 2 on for Pondo in the top of the second, and that double play ball can work at both teams. Timothy to Jack Collison, over to Matthias Michelle to end the inning. Bottom of the 5th inning, runners on second and third for the Pioneer as Ryan Pearson delivers a solid single to left. Landon Dollar comes in, and the Patriots lead 2-0. Make that 3-0 when Michelle drops down the suicide squeeze bunt. Timothy scores from third, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Then the top of the 6th inning, Pondo strikes. Ian Holt on second, and Adam Caffarella gets a pitch he can handle, and there it goes over everyone's head for a double. That scores Holt, and it's a 3-1 ball game. Pondo putting the pressure on, but Pioneer catches a break. Ground ball to Carson at short. He goes to third for the easy out. That kills the momentum, and Pioneer takes the game, and ultimately the series winning in 3 games.
Yeah, it's always nice playing with a solid defense out there. You can just trust them, throw strikes, and we get that double play, get out of that. What could have been a bad inning.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way.
Brian Mueller saying hello Saturday afternoon from Cosumnes River College for the first of our 3-section title games here. 5-seed Somerville facing 2-seed Riverbank in D6. Both teams looking for their first title. Top one, an unconventional 4-6 put out. The grounder goes off Desiree Vargas and rolls to Maya Guzman, who holds the bag. But later in the inning, Leah Flores waits on this pitch and lines it to right. That brings in Audrey Gentry, and it's 1-0. Then Samantha Arvin pops this to right. That will drop. In comes Flores, and the Bears are off to a great start, up 2-0. Bottom half of the inning, the other Bears, the Bruins, have a runner on third, and Denise Vargas will come on down after a wild pitch to cut the lead in half. But Madison Cribbs would settle down after that. She responds with a strong second, striking out the side. Top three, here's Flores up again, and she continues to hit the ball with authority. A double to right sets up Somerville with second and third, nobody out. Arvin tries to bring everyone home with this swing, but a nice grab by Sophia Damanio makes it a sac fly, and the Bears are up 3-1. Bottom three, Riverbank with runners at the corners, but Cribbs continues to put the Bruins to bed. Another strikeout, and that ends the inning. Same score, top seven. Somerville with the bases loaded and one out. Arvin pops it up on the infield, looks routine, but Coach Cribbs is sending his daughter home, and she makes it back to the crib safely on an infield sac fly. It was that type of day for Somerville as the 5-seed pulls off the upset, winning their first section title. 4-1 the final.
The first inning, I think I just was really nervous, and because it's my first time ever out in this big of a championship before. And the second inning, I kind of picked it up and was able to throw a lot more of my spin balls, like my curve ball, my rise ball. So I think that helped us out a lot more.
NorCal volleyball playoffs as Encina Prep hosted Cross Point from Hayward. Early on in set one, Cross Point looking to bang a few balls through the Encina zone, but not when Johnny Ferguson is roaming the net as he gets the block. Then Cross Point gains some leverage as Jeremy Shin keeps the ball alive for Apollo de la Rosario, who bumps it over to Micah Tolbert, who pieces the ball down the line for the winner. Wild play here late in the first set. Great diving play by Mario Alvarado to keep the ball alive. Then Jeffrey Silva Ramos with the dig, but Micah Tolbert for Cross Point puts this one on ice, and the Rams take set one. Second set, Cross Point picking up where they left off as Tolbert gets up and mashes on the set. Cross Point serving now, Encina receiving. Irvin Santos setting up Ferguson nicely as the defense for the Rams is not able to slide over in time, and Ferguson is able to slam it past the blockers for the score. But Cross Point quickly adjusted his defense, and this time the Rams do get the block as Isaac Wong raises up and sends it back where it came from. In the third set, Encina Prep was working the net once again. Ferguson knocks the free ball over the net for the score. And then Shin to Joshua Lowe over to Tolbert for another one of his kills for Cross Point. Then on match point, Encina is not able to keep the shot from Jeremy Shin in play as it falls out of bounds. And that would do it as the Bulldogs season would end. But a great run by Encina Prep, winning 22 games this year.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Brady Rea from Oak Ridge. Brady threw a complete game shutout against a very good Turlock team to advance in the playoffs. Brady gave up just 2 hits, no walks, and struck out 6.
Our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Curtin Martin from Oakmont. Kurt no-hit golfed in 5 innings, giving up no earned runs and striking out 10 of the 18 batters he faced. Curtin Martin and Brady Rea, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City Tip powered by SMUD.
I'm Connor Barth from Wood Creek High School, and here's this week's Clean Power City Tip. When you print a document, use double-sided mode. It's an easy way to cut your paper consumption in half. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game action from the exciting Division III series with Central Catholic and Christian Brothers.
Then the Division 7 section title game in softball. You are watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo, we've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF9ers, we just win. SF9ers, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio at Levi Stadium with our first SunPower Electric game. Christian Brothers and Central Catholic meeting in the Division III playoffs. CB is the second seed, so the Falcons getting to host Game 1 of the three-game set.
The game features both our North and South Players of the Year, as our Nick Pecoraro explains. Here is Nick in Sacramento for our SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Nick Pecoraro here with what promises to be a banger of a Division III section semifinal. We've got Game 1 of a best-of-3 series between third-seeded Central Catholic and second-seeded Christian Brothers in our SunPower Electric game. This series features two of our freshly minted baseball players of the year from both the North and the South. For Christian Brothers, our North Player of the Year is senior shortstop Dylan Drake, who was also the Capital Athletic League co-MVP, leading the league with 43 hits and 31 RBIs while hitting .500 for the Falcons. Our South Player of the Year is Cal Poly-bound slugger Braxton Thomas, who also enters this week with a .500 batting average, but the big fella also leads the entire section with 11 home runs, a number that is also tied for the most in the state entering this series.
Another strong Player of the Year candidate, Tyler Wentworth, getting loose before Monday's Game 1. But CB starter Jack Soares was playoff ready as well, getting Thomas swinging to start off the game. Wentworth struck out 6 in his first 2 innings, 13 in total on Monday, but it would be the Falcons who strike first. Bottom 3, 1 out and a runner on for our guy, Dylan Drake. A high chopper, tough play for the shortstop. The ball squirts away. Some aggressive heads-up base running from Talon Field makes it 1-0 Christian Brothers. And what do Falcons do when they're up? They soar. And they rode Jack Soares' strong performance, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts. But the Raiders break through with 2 outs in the top of the 5th as Joel Roberts lines 1 out to left. That'll score Atticus Bray from second, and we're all evened up at 1 apiece. CB responds in the home half of the 5th. Talon Field with a little swinging bunt. Looks like it's heading foul, but takes a fair bounce for the infield knock. Even he can't believe it. And that sets up the next batter. Who else? Dylan Drake. He crushes it out to left center for a ground rule double, but the Raiders catch a break as the runner from first can only advance to third. No big deal for the Falcons, though, as Josh Lewis comes through in the next AB for a sac fly to right. Field scores the go-ahead run from third, and it's 2-1. Next batter, Nate Teeple, provides some insurance for the Falcons. An RBI single makes it 3-1 after 5. It stayed that way until the final frame as Dylan Messier comes in to close it out with a 1-2-3-7. And Christian Brothers takes Game 1 of this series.
Timely hitting was huge for us, and just execute every pitch to take it inning by inning and never take a pitch off. It was the pitcher's duel all the way through, so those are my favorite types of games.
What they don't see is our fire and our just want to win the game, and I feel like our camaraderie is just something that no other team has. It's all about momentum, and as long as our energy's up, good things will happen.
From our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
D7 Softball Championship, Stone Ridge Christian from Merced taking on Big Valley Christian from Modesto. Bottom 2, Stone Ridge with the runner on third. Maddie Mello flies out to left. Lexi Hernandez with the catch. Tagging and scoring is Brianne Louders. Stone Ridge on the board first. Then the pitcher for Stone Ridge, Callie Cole, plays wall ball with the softball off the base of the wall for a triple. Cole will get that. Then Leah Mooney comes in to score. That's part of a 4-run second for Stone Ridge. Top 3, the base is loaded for Big Valley Christian, but pitcher Callie Cole settles down and gets the punch out to end the inning. In the 5th, big defensive play here by Mackenzie Silva for Stone Ridge Christian as Silva ranges back and makes a tough catch, making it look so easy. After that nice catch, Silva gets on first. She was not there very long as Annika Balsma, a shot to the left over the wall for a 2-run homer, and that had Annika and her teammates all excited for the senior outfielder. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2 on for Stone Ridge, and a deep fly down the right field line is caught by Olivia Nelson on the run. Great play for the Lions. But the next batter is catcher Amy Villa, and she delivers a triple as she whips it to the wall left. Balsma and Mooney come in to score. It's a 9-0 ball game. Winning run on third for Stone Ridge, looking to close it out in the 6th, and they get the job done. Amy Villa comes in from home with the head-first slide, and the top-seeded Knights take Division 7 title. 10-0 is your final. Cole was great on the mound once again, striking out 9. We caught up with her after the game.
We've been working really hard, and it's great to show that one person can't do it all. It's a teamwork, and I think that showed today.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Stephen Weiss with this week's health tip.
A concussion is a brain injury typically caused by a direct hit to the head, face, or neck. There are over 3 million reported sports-related concussions per year. Football, wrestling, soccer, and basketball players are at the highest risk. A prior concussion puts you at anywhere from 2 to 8 times the risk of having another concussion. You don't need to be knocked unconscious to have a concussion. A headache is the most common symptom, but also dizziness, loss of balance, nausea, visual changes, confusion, or difficulty concentrating can also occur. If you suffer a concussion, you should not return to play the same day. Return to play must be cleared by your athletic trainer or doctor.
Coming up, the Division 5 softball title game.
But first, take a look at our Sac-Joaquin section softball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Very friendly staff, made us feel welcome.
Definitely the dealer I would recommend.
Tracy Toyota understands that our reputation of trust makes a difference, and our reviews prove. We're with you all the way. Our customers are so happy with their buying experience, they proudly show it online. We even certify our used cars with an included warranty. During the Summer Starts Here sales event, get 3.99% on select new models. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Drive to deep right field. Isan Diaz has won this game. Johnson near the track, on the track, leaps up, and Bryce Johnson. The right field is looking up. It's marked and it is gone. What a blast from Gonzalez.
Hello there, and welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We've got the D5 title game at Cosumnes River College Saturday, Orristimba and Wheatland. Top 2 we go, bases full, 1 out for Orristimba. Hannah Taft, it's a ground out, but it's effective. A run scores, and it's 1-0 Warriors. Perhaps the best kept secret in the section, Jacqueline Lujan was dominant in the circle. Lujan got you all in check. Top 4 now, runners in scoring position for Haley Starr. She sends a shooting star out to center field. That plates a pair, and the Dubs are up 3-0. Same inning, Sophia Machado smacks one up the middle. That scores 2 more, and the Warriors lead 6-0 after 4. We go to the 6th. Another run is in. Machado's up again. She launches a 1-hopper to the fence. An RBI triple makes it 8-0. Wheatland only has 1 hit off of Lujan so far, but Hallie Prather gives the Pirates some life with a leadoff double in the 6th, and Serenity Souza cashes in on the RBI opportunity and gets the Pirates on the board. Bottom 7 now, Wheatland needs a tremendous comeback, down 7. That's a good start. Hallie Prather with a 2-run knock to make it 8-3, but Jacqueline Lujan was in control. 14 strikeouts, but she'll settle for the pop-up. Jocelyn Sotelo puts it away. And Ora Stimba claims its 5th section title, its first since 2008. Newman, California, stand up.
We're not just that small town in Newman. We're not just that small school. We can come out here and we can fight with the best of the best. And we showed up and we did our jobs. A lot of people overlook us, but we put ourselves on the map this year and we're going to hold it there.
Sheldon High School has one of the most decorated softball programs in the state, and with one of their star players entering her senior year, expectations were once again sky high for the Huskies.
But as our Nick Pecoraro tells us, pitcher Jaylee Ojo had to curb those expectations and adapt to what she now sees as the bigger picture.
With the most softball championships in Sac-Joaquin section history, the Sheldon Huskies expect a lot from their players.
We need to take care of the little things, because if you take care of the little things, then the big things will take care of themselves. You also need to work hard to leave a legacy. You need to leave something behind for the next generation or the next group of players to come through. I think that's the important thing.
Coming off of their record 9th Division I section title last season, junior pitcher Jaylee Ojo had big expectations for her senior year in 2023.
Well, she's a great pitcher. She is one of the greats at Sheldon High School.
Personally, I just wanted to come out and dominate. I expected to, just continue to thrive and do well. I had the expectations of just coming in and trying to just start something new. This team is younger, so we are kind of just taking it game by game and really just trying to build team chemistry and progress every game, and it's been a journey.
Jaylee committed to play at the University of Iowa in late October, but just a week later, Jaylee's senior year expectations took a drastic hit.
So it happened October 31st, Halloween morning, 2022, and me and my friend Sophia were on the way to school, and I was driving. It was actually just down the street from Sheldon.
Almost at school, and so we were driving and we're passing the opening to a neighborhood, and a car did not yield to make their left turn into the neighborhood.
The next thing you know, a car just hits us head on, and I ended up getting knocked out by an airbag, and so I was unconscious.
I was very panicky. I was kind of just like, oh my gosh, like Jay, because I didn't really know what to do.
And I remember opening my eyes and seeing all gray, airbags everywhere, car debris everywhere. We were able to get out, and we were just crawling on rocks and gravel. And then I ended up going to the ER.
Thankfully, both girls walked away with only minor injuries, but Jaylee suffered a severe concussion from the impact of the airbag.
Well, I was first thinking thank goodness I had already committed weeks before this, just because I wasn't sure how long I was going to be out or what necessarily was going to happen next. And so I was kind of just worried, especially just because of my head and being a pitcher, I'm using a lot of my body, and my head is constantly having to move around. And so from a softball aspect, I was extremely nervous if what this would mean for my softball career.
I think the most important thing for me was to take care of her, to make sure that she recovered at a slow pace, that she took her time.
Don't rush it, don't rush it.
Because the most important thing was to hopefully get her ready for the next level and not to do anything at all that would interfere with that.
Jaylee and Coach Truesdale came to an agreement that her future was more important in the big picture. Given all that she'd already accomplished at Sheldon, they decided it was best to take it slow this season.
Well, basically, we've come to an agreement that 3 innings are her max, and we count pitches just to make sure that she's not overthrowing. It's a slow process. That was a really, really severe concussion. I think she was disappointed that she hasn't recovered as quickly as she had hoped, but she's been patient, and she's a strong young woman, and she knows that good things take time.
Even with her limitations, Jaylee still makes an impact for the Huskies.
Oh, she is so effective when she's in the circle, and she is so effective at the plate. When she's there, she shines.
I would say I've done pretty well, I guess. Of course, it's not under the circumstances I wanted it to be under, but I'm glad I'm just able to still step on the field for my final year here at Sheldon and contribute and help the team. There's always a bigger picture, and you're always working and going towards something else. So although like right now it might be hard, there is still something that's coming tomorrow. So as long as I'm working my way up and getting stronger, I'm going to be healthy again and then be able to play summer and then be able to compete at Iowa.
Reporting from Elk Grove, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Even with Jaylee's innings limit, she enters the postseason this week, leading the Huskies with a 9-4 record and a 1.65 ERA at the plate. She has a .373 average with 20 RBIs and 4 home runs. We will see her and the Huskies in action later on in the show.
Fantastic. Great to see her doing so well. Coming up, we head to Stockton for the Mattress Firm Perfect Match, the showdown with St. Mary's and Whitney.
Then we head to the D2 bracket for Granite Bay and Wood Creek. This is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Sally was born to be a champion. She knows that all conversations start with making the right connections. A talent that Sally continues to use today at Service Champions Heating and Air, where you'll always talk to a live champion. We're now offering $88 AC tune-ups with a free water heater safety inspection. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
'49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers. St. Mary's and Whitney meet in the Division I playoffs for the second season in a row. Whitney knocked the Rams out of the playoffs last year after a 5-run 7th inning, Jax Jimenez delivering the walk-off hit.
The two teams meeting this season in the semifinal round, which is the 3-game series. Jace Gilmore threw a gem in Game 1 to give Whitney the win. Game 2 between these two powerhouse programs played on Wednesday. St. Mary's and Whitney is this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
St. Mary's and Whitney, Division I semis, Game 2. Whitney looking for an early lead to clinch the series as Tyler Allen shoots this ball to center field. Allen trying to get 2 bases, but Gary Scandavino cuts it off and fires to Roland Reyes, who tags the runner out. A big outfield assist from Scandavino. Bottom of the first, Sam Collar is the Rams' leadoff hitter, down in the count, and call the police because Collar just murdered this ball. A solo shot for the senior San Diego State commit, putting the Rams on top 1-0. Next batter is Reyes. He drops a very good-looking bunt, but Nathan Erickson comes flying in. The off-balance throw is in time. It's 1-0 Rams after the inning. St. Mary's starting pitcher Michael Queden strikes out the side in the top of the second. A good start for the Michigan commit. Bottom of the second, Dax Hardcastle is on first, and Gary Scandavino takes this pitch for a ride. An opposite field blast for Sir Scandavino, and it is a 2-run shot. The Rams are in business, up 3-0 after 2. Same score in the top of the first, runner on for Jace Gilmore. Jace lines a ball to left field. Luke Euler goes from first to third. Jace on second with the double. The bases are loaded up. 2 batters later, Quedens gets the grounder. Brady Ericart to Reyes to Hardcastle, and the Rams get out of the jam unscathed. A huge 6-4-3 double play there. Bottom of the inning, Hardcastle grabs his second hit of the day, a liner to left to put Tyson Reese at second. 2 on for St. Mary's, but Gavin McLendon settling in on the mound, also a San Diego State commit, giving up just those 3 runs, top of the 7th. McLendon now up to bat with 2 runners on. Gavin launches a ball to the right center gap. It hits off the fence. Euler scores from second, and Gilmore gets to third. McLendon represents the tying run at second. St. Mary's needs just one more out to force a Game 3. Carson Morelli gets the comebacker and flips to first for the final out. St. Mary's isn't going anywhere. The Rams win it 3-1 and head back to Rockland, where Whitney will host Game 3. We'll have highlights from that game, so stick around.
The other side of the D2 bracket, Granite Bay, winners of Game 1, and Wood Creek taking Game 2. So it's the rubber match. Winners will face Rio in the finals. Top of the second, Granite Bay loads him up for Ben Krassenbeck, who grounds up the middle, but Dylan Green is there to flip to Connor Barth, over to Isaac Hawthorne for the DP, but Chase Bentley would score 1-0 Grizzlies. And it would stay that way to the bottom of the fourth, one on for Connor Barth, and he's a theatrical kind of guy as he exits stage right. It's a 2-run bomb for the outstanding second baseman, and the T-Wolves are in business. Still in the fourth inning, Isaac on first. Ethan Louis chops a grounder up the middle. Tough play, tougher bounce as it goes off the heel of the glove. Hawthorne does not skip a beat as he's still running. Coach says, go for it! And he's chugging around the bases. He's in with a head first slide. 3-1 Wood Creek. In the fifth, nice play here for Wood Creek to get out of the inning as Barth steals a hit away from the 4-3 hole to end the inning. Top of the seventh, Granite Bay needs 2 to tie, and with the bases loaded, Ben Straw delivers a single to right. That plates 2 Grizzlies, and Granite Bay roars all the way back and ties it up at 3. To the ninth we go. Brandon Pops on third for GB, and wouldn't you believe it, Pops, who's not on the Max Prep roster, but he will be now as he scores the go-ahead run on the wild pitch. Grizzlies lead it 4-3. 2-1 for Wood Creek in the bottom of the ninth. Could the T-Wolves do it? Barth, a shot to left, but right at Timmy Reed, who makes the catch, and that's ball game. Granite Bay Grizzlies come all the way back, taking the series, and it will be a D2 rematch with Rio Americano in the championships.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who excel in their sport and give back to their schools.
This week's Service Champion Student Spotlight is Jocelyn Sotelo from Oristimba. Jocelyn plays volleyball, basketball, and softball for the Warriors. She is a 4-year member of FFA, a member of the Student Council, and serves as the Senior Class Vice President. She has an incredible 4.27 GPA and plans on studying mechanical engineering in college. Jocelyn Sotelo, this week's Service Champion Student Spotlight.
Coming up, Turlock Christian faces Valley Christian.
Then Game 3 of the Division I series with Whitney and St. Mary's. This is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. The Turlock Christian pitching staff has been impressive all season long. Gavin Farina was our pitcher of the year last year. He sports a 0.13 ERA this season, while fellow senior Rob York has a 0 ERA. The Eagles have just 3 losses on the year.
TC plays VCA in the semifinal round of the section playoffs this week. Jackson Nichols is batting .400 on the year with 31 RBIs and 6 home runs. The Lions dropping Game 1 to the Eagles on Monday. Game 2 played in Roseville on Wednesday.
VCA with a do-or-die game Wednesday, a tough assignment against Turlock Christian ace Gavin Farina. Here we go, top 1 man on for Rob York. The start of a huge day for the Turlock Christian senior. He takes on the deepest part of the ballpark in straightaway center, and the Eagles lead 2-0. TC threatening again in the second, but VCA starter Jeremiah Pritchard gets his man swinging to get out of the jam. Gavin Farina was doing Gavin Farina type things. One of his 11 strikeouts on Wednesday gets him out of the second. And top 4 we go now. Runners on for Bo Blake, who lines it out to center, but Nick Befford is there with a nice grab. There's going to be a play at the plate. Will Kelly tags, and the throw is in time and on line, but it gets away, and that makes it 3-0 Eagles. 2 batters later, Gavin Farina showing he's not just a one-trick pony. That base knock brings home Rob York to add to the lead, and the next batter is little bro Joe. Freshman Joe Farina, he might be the little brother, but he takes some big boy swings. That ball's out of here in a hurry. Turlock Christian leads 7-0 after 4, but the Eagles would not let off the gas as we head to the 5th. Bases packed for Rob York. Folks, this is how you have a day. Second homer of the day, a salami sandwich makes him 4 for 4 with 7 RBIs. But TC's still not done. The next batter is Gavin Farina. Fun fact, York and the Farina brothers are cousins, and this is the first time they all went yard in the same game. It's 12-0 Eagles, and Gavin Farina goes back out for a 1-2-3-5th, a 5-inning no-hitter, and a ton of offense sends the Eagles back to the Division 7 championship game.
That's been the goal since last year, winning it. But all we need to do is play our game, hit behind Gavin, play our defense, hit well, and we'll do good.
As promised, here is Game 3 of the St. Mary's Whitney Series. Winner will play Franklin for the section title. Runners on second and third in the first for Tyson Reese. Reese with a base hit to right field, scoring Roland Reyes, and the Rams are on the board. Up next is Michael Quedens. Quedens goes to the opposite field. In comes Brady Ericart, and the Rams have the 2-0 lead. This is how the top of the first ends. A Tanner Dykstra punch out. Whitney coming up to bat, down 2-0. Runner on second, Nathan Erickson with a base hit to center field. Jax Jimenez had to wait for it to drop, so Jimenez scoring on a wild pitch, and then Erickson scoring on a Jonathan Vivok fielder's choice. Reyes throws the batter out at first, and just like that, it's a 2-2 ball game. Jace Gilmore is up next, and Jace hits a deep fly ball to left field, and that one is gone. Jace with a 2-run shot, and the Wildcats put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the first. Whitney leads at 7-3 in the fifth. Rams with a bases loaded walk to make it 7-4 and to put the tying run on first base. The Cats turn to sophomore Corden Petty, who hasn't thrown since mid-April. 1, 2, and 3. Petty strikes out the side, and the sophomore comes through. The Wildcats go on to win it 9-5 and will defend their title against Franklin.
It was really exciting. I was pretty nervous, haven't pitched in a while. Didn't really know how well I was going to do, It's kind of terrifying, but it's fun.
The dudes that are 11th and 12th in line on this team, they would be starting. They would be starting on any other team in this section. So it's just kind of cool to see that all of them are pulling the same way on the bench. That's just kind of what separates us from other teams.
First round 8-9 action in the Division II softball bracket. Cordova visiting Laguna Creek. Both pitchers were dealing on Tuesday, starting with Laguna Creek's Sarah Hanf. Her first 8 outs came via the strikeout, but Cordova's Cassie Seifert was equally untouchable, matching zeros with her counterpart so far through 3. Cordova with a runner on third via a drop third strike, but Sarah Hanf gets the ground ball to Ariel Burton and gets out of trouble. Neither pitcher allowed a hit until the 6th inning when Leona Hobart beats out a routine grounder with some great speed, a little skip to Malou action back to the bag, and the Lancers have something going. 2 batters later, Nia Brown pokes one into shallow center. That does the trick, and Cordova claws out to a 1-0 lead after 6. Top 7 now, Hobart batting again. This time she pushes it through the infield. That'll score Jasmine Farrell from second, and the Lancers take a 2-0 lead. The next batter, Alyssa Sullivan, reaches on an error. 2 more cross the plate. Cordova leads 4-0, but the Lancers aren't done in the 7th. With 2 outs and 1 on for Mariah Hopkins, her Sac-Joaquin section leading 15th home run puts the Lancers up 6-0. But the Cardinals would not go down quietly in the bottom half. Kamora Baptiste shoots a double over the right fielder's head. Drea Callboy scores all the way from first, and Laguna Creek has some life. Baptiste reaches third on a wild pitch and comes home to score on a pass ball, and it's now 6-2. The Cardinals trying to scratch and claw their way back, but Cassie Seifert shows why she's top 5 in the section in strikeouts, 18 of them on Tuesday, and Cordova wins 6-2.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac-Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Jace Gilmore from Whitney, the Wildcats ace committing to play college ball at Santa Clara University.
Coming up, our second SunPower electric game. Houston goes up against Sutter in the Division 5 bracket.
Then it's Sheldon softball in action against Gregory. You are watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
who's there?
He can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
Introducing Clover Sonoma Organic Blue Moon Milk. A holistic daily ritual made with blueberries and lavender for relaxation. Love yourself to the moon and back with Clover Sonoma Moon Milk.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium. We saw the top-seeded Sutter softball team earlier in the show. Well, the Huskies baseball team also earning the #1 seed in Division 5.
Sutter facing Houston in round 1. Our Mark Willis was up in Sutter for the game 1 of the series. It's our second SunPower electric game.
electric game.
That's right, the section's newcomer in Division 5 is the 1 seed, Sac-Hi. They will send their ace to the mound for Game 1 as Jagger Beck, the junior, has committed to the University of Hawaii with a sub-.5 ERA. His battery mate, Landon Stable, is not only a solid player behind the plate, but also a leader in runs scored for the team. They will take on the Houston Huskies, who will counter with Robert McDaniel. Let's see if the football team state championship can rub off on the baseball team as they take on Sutter for the SunPower Electric game. Here are the highlights. It's Game 1 of the best of 3 series. A win will be a big momentum boost to the winning team, putting pressure on for the rest of the series, and that's why Sutter always likes to start Jagger Beck in Game 1. Beck was bringing it in the first. He getting the strikeout. Jagger hit 91 on the radar gun. That's a PR for him. 2-1 for Sutter in the bottom of the first, but a nice job by Robert McDaniel to settle down, gets the strikeout as Houston would get out of the inning unscathed. Second inning for Sutter was kind to them. 2-on for Andrew Hansen, who punched the pitch to right for a hit. That's going to score Jordan Lee from second, and the Huskies lead it. Oh wait, they're both named the Huskies, so Sutter is on top. Next batter, Landon Sable, and Lando goes up the box to center. It goes, and Carson Bishop scores his run. It's a 3-run third for Sutter as they get the lead 3-0. It would have been more for Sutter, but a nice play by Houston as Gavin Stone fires down to Matthew Lawrence, who goes back to Stone to tag, and he's out at home. Nothing doing till the 6th inning. Sutter has Matt Lawrence on first for Carson Bishop, who gets into this one, and he goes to the wall. It's a double for him. That's trouble. Lawrence will score all the way from first, and it's 4-0 Sutter. And not so fast in the 7th inning. McDaniel can also swing it as he makes contact, sending this one high and deep to left. Robert McDaniel is the king of all the land, hitting a bomb to left, and it's gone. Huskies from Houston are on the board. That did not faze Beck much as he picks up his 11th strikeout to end the game, and the Huskies from Sutter win 4-1 and will go on to the championship round looking for its first SJS title.
I think of myself as a second leadoff, so I like to help my team out, and like I did in the last inning, I helped my team out, got an extra base hit, and scored a run late in the game.
It was really good. Now we can go for, when we go to their place, now we have a win under our belt. It'll be a lot easier, a lot better, more confidence.
In Sutter for the SunPower Electric game, I'm Mark Wills, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
There is this week's inspirational athlete, Jaylee Ojo and her Sheldon Huskies taking on Gregory in round 1 of the Division 1 playoffs. Kaylee Estes is the runner on first in the bottom of the first, and our South Pitcher of the Year takes off for second. She's in there with a stolen base. Chloe Hoffman follows it up with a blooping base knock to shallow center. Estes goes as far as third on the play, but Jaylee gets out of the inning with a backwards K, striking out the side. This game remains scoreless. Top of the second, Michaela Kesseloff smacks a base hit up the middle for the Huskies, but Estes going on to strike out the side as well. A runner on board for the Jags in the bottom of the third, but Kesseloff, the catcher, this time guns down the runner. Sakura Harville with the tag. Top of the fourth, still scoreless. That is until Jaylee Ojo takes this pitch for a ride. A bomb to center field, and she tells her teammates, hey, watch the head. The Sheldon Huskies are on top 1-0. Bottom of the 6th, Kylie Huff leads off the inning with a base hit to center. Estes is the next batter. A beautiful bunt by Kaylee, and there is no play for the Husky defense. 1 out, 2 on for Chloe Hoffman. A line drive the opposite way, and that ball backspins on out of here. Gregory goes on top 3-1, and it ends up being the game winner. Chloe sends her team to the next round, and here she is after the game talking about that at-bat.
I was honestly just looking for my pitch. I was just trying to get it on the ground, try to score the girl on third to tie it up.
That didn't end up happening.
No, I hit it over. Honestly, since I was 2 strikes, I was just trying to defend the pitch off, and she just happened to make a mistake, and I capitalized on it.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Luke Tudor from Del Campo. The 3-sport star has a 4.4 GPA and is headed to Cal in the fall to continue his studies.
Coming up, it's Ripon Christian and Woodland Christian.
Then more spring playoff action. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back.
Woodland Christian making it to the semifinal round in Division 7 as the 2 seed. Jacob Sacramento batting .517 on the year.
The Cardinals facing Ripon Christian, the 3rd seed. The Knights sent to the mound the hard-throwing Micah English in Game 1. Ripon Christian travels north to take on Woodland Christian on Monday. Ripon Christian and Woodland Christian battling in the best-of-3 Division 7 series. This Game 1 is on Monday. 2nd-seeded Woodland Christian with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Jordan Sacramento smacks a hit to the left center gap, scoring Evan Bielman and Wyatt Bickle, and the Cards jump out to a 2-0 lead early. The Knights starter Micah English gets out of the inning with one of his 7 strikeouts, so Ripon Christian has some catching up to do. But Jacob Huerta was dominant from the jump. 5 Ks through 3 innings as Woodland Christian takes the 3-0 lead into the 4th. Josh Buffalo, with 1 out in the 4th, smacks a single to left center, and later on there are 2 runners in scoring position for Micah English, who shoots the ball through the left side. The hit plates Buffalo, and the Knights are on the board. 2 batters later, Logan Sauer hits a soft chopper down the 3rd baseline, and no one is going to get there. Sauer with the infield RBI single as Luke Crivello scores. And with the tying run now at 3rd, Grant Sonke hits a grounder up the middle, but Bielman makes the stop and flips it to Jeffrey Nanany for the out, and the Cardinal lead is still intact. Bottom of the inning, Nanany on 2nd for Huerta, and the Dub C pitcher also comes up with an RBI base knock. Jeffrey scores, Jacob puts his team up 4-2. 2 down in the 5th, Dustin Hawkstra gets on base with a single to left, eventually scoring on the wild pitch. Once again, Woodland Christian gets out of the inning with its lead still intact as Bielman grabs the soft liner. 4-3, Dub C. Bickle on first for Jordan Sacramento, and Jordan kisses this pitch goodbye. A 2-run shot to left center to give Woodland Christian its biggest lead of the day, 6-3. The Cards are not done. Xander Jimenez with a 2-strike approach pokes the ball through the left side. In comes Nanany, and it's a 7-3 ball game. 2 on for Bielman, who delivers the death blow. Deep fly ball to left field, and that one is out of here. A 3-run homer for Evan Bielman, and Woodland Christian drops 9 runs in the bottom of the 6th to put the run rule into effect. The Cardinals take Game 1 of the series behind the 2 homers from Sacramento and Bielman.
Natalie Vigil and Ayla Tua warming up before Thursday's D4 softball quarterfinal, Liberty Ranch at Capital Christian. Top 1, check out this play on what looks to be an RBI single from Isabella Granada, but center fielder Kelsey Joyner says, "You shall not pass!" An absolute BB to prevent the run from scoring. Nice play, Kelsey. The Hawks' Natalie Vigil had a 1-2-3 first, getting her counterpart swinging. But we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Runner on for Alana Tua, who ropes it out to the fence in center to score Haley Alkire, and the Cougars take a 2-0 lead after 2. But look out for Liberty Ranch freshman Bella Granada. That's her 11th home run of the season, and it makes it 2-1. But Capital goes back to work at the plate in the 3rd. Haley Alkire doubles down the line to score Ella Magda. Next batter, Alana Tua drives in Alkire for the 2nd time, and it's 4-1 after 3. Bottom 4 now, Ayla Tua struck out 9 in the circle, but she can swing it too. She knocks in a pair as part of a 5-run 4th, and the Cougs are up 9-1. But Liberty Ranch not going away quietly. Sierra Dunnigan muscles one through the infield to score Laura Quinn from 2nd, and that makes it 9-2. But Capital is looking for an early evening with the run rule, and sophomore Sophia Fontaine picks a good time to help out with her first career varsity home run. And 2 batters later, it's up to the freshman phenom, Ayla Tua. Ayla, darling, won't you ease my worried mind? It's her 12th dinger of the year in just 17 games, the most in the section by a freshman, and Capital Christian walks off into the D4 semis.
Brian Mueller saying hello Thursday from Oak Ridge as they host a quarterfinal game against Franklin in the big dance of sectional softball, if you will. Top 2, Wildcats with runners on the corners. Cora Ellis lines it to left. Addie Meddings comes in to score, and it's 1-0. Later in the inning, still 2 on, Kaylani Nita hits this ball to the wall. 2 more Wildcats come in, and Franklin has opened up a 3-run lead. They're looking for more in the inning, but Carly Short gloves it and lets it fly to first to get the inning ending out. Bottom 2, the Trojans have the bases loaded with 2 out. Jessica Zelani comes through with a hit to center. That plates 2, and Oak Ridge is down just a run. But here come the Wildcats again with 2 on. Ashley Fields gets just enough of this to squeeze it through the infield. Haley Goodell scores, and the lead is back to 4-2. Not to be outdone, the Trojans have them loaded again in the third. Carmen Montes de Oca dumps this into center. Carly Short is in, 4-3. Then Maddie Ridge lines it to center, and that will tie the game at 4. Kaiden Walker continuing the carousel. A liner to left scores Sam Alekman, and Oak Ridge has their first lead. It will be part of a 5-run inning that made it 7-4. To the 4th, Franklin with a runner on. Zelani picks off this liner and goes to first for the double play. That terrific Trojan defense continues in the 5th. This time, it's the shortstop, Short with the catch and double up at second. It's 8-4 in the 5th when Montes de Oca blasts one to left center. It's over the wall on a hop for a ground rule double, 9-4. To the 7th, 10-4 now, but the Wildcats clawing back. Meddings with a hot shot to left. 2 runs come in to make it 10-6. But Ellison Schroeder would cap off 4 innings of outstanding relief with a grounder to short. That ends the game, and Oak Ridge wins it 10-6. They will face rival Granite Bay in the semis Tuesday.
Remember, you can buy all of the game footage we shoot throughout the week. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com to order.
Follow us on social media for more prep sports content. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter. And subscribe to our YouTube site where you can find all of the highlights aired on our show.
Coming up, we'll choose the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. This could be the Play of the Week, but maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 Baseball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
It is time to announce the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. The River Cats will be hosting our end of the season award ceremony for all of our Players of the Year at Sutter Health Park. That is on May 28th.
Be sure to vote for the Boys and Girls Play of the Year. Polls will be closing soon on our Twitter page. For now, let's see who wins this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
Here we go. We start in Sacramento. Pittman High blasted this ball deep to center, but what a nice sliding catch by Kyle Wirtz of Rio Americano just at the wall. Then it's Stone Ridge second base woman making the overhead catch by Mackenzie Silva. Same game but different team. Big Valley Christians right fielder Olivia Nelson making the running catch in foul territory. But the play of the week goes to Caden Belodian of Rio Americano, showing off his range and his arm strength just to get the guy out. Picks up the River Cats Play of the Week.
That is the River Cats Play of the Week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I am Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Bronstein. Next week we'll have the section title games in both baseball and softball, so be sure to tune in for that. Thanks for watching.